Alright there, guys. Hello there, this is Alan recording another comprehensive Magic the Gathering Arena draft video. It seems like Amonkhet Remastered has arrived on Arena. However, Dominaria will be over in less than a day, so I think it's fitting enough for us to fire off one final draft before we dive on to Amonkhet Remastered. So, yeah, it's only fitting that we give a final farewell to Dominaria. I might fire off two Dominaria drafts, given that this format is the set is incredibly great for limited. Um, but yeah, let's get one going. I guess everyone's playing Amonkhet Remastered because this pod is definitely taking a long time. Come on, what's with the respect? Dominaria is a great set. And it's about to end. There should be more people signing up. Regardless, this is what we have to contend with. So yeah, let's fire off like maybe one. This could be the final Dominaria, or I could do another one before it's over. Because I haven't reviewed the Amonkhet set yet, so I'm not familiar with what's going on. I do know I've been reading some articles that the previous Amonkhet sets were very hyper aggressive. So decks like Boros aggro and Orzhov aggro were the ones that are really powerful. But this set is a mix between Amonkhet and Hour of Devastation, and some cards actually got cut from from this from the set. So therefore, it is definitely an entirely new format for Magic the Gathering Arena. So we don't know if it's going to be fast, if it's going to be slow, what the best archetypes are, um, etc. So let's begin. We need someone smart to figure out the format because I can't figure it out myself. So therefore, I need to watch streamers. Alrighty then, pack one, pick one, Dominaria draft. Let's begin. What do we have the fine pleasure of opening today? Ooh, Karn. Yeah, Karn is pretty good. He goes into any other deck, but there's also Slimefoot, which is a mythic uncommon, along with along with Tatiova and all the other powerful uncommons like Fight with Fire and Impulse clutches in the set, as well as Song of Freyalise. Looking at the commons, there's an Academy Journey Mage, Gideon's Reproach, Baloth Gorger as good commons, but it's either between Slimefoot and Karn. Given that Karn can go into any deck, I think we just take Karn. Karn does want to lean towards like a more controlling deck in a sense, where you can protect Karn, but if you play enough creatures, usually you should have enough blockers to protect Karn, and essentially he's just drawing an extra card every turn. Kind of like Tatiova, except you don't need to play lands and you don't gain any life. So, Karn here will be my pick. Second pick will probably be the Slimefoot, but Karn is pretty powerful. Let's start out with him. The minus ability is not going to come up too often, but it's kind of like just generating a artifact token, and then the plus ability and minus ability are essentially card draw spells. Here in this pack, it's a choice between Knight of Malice, Eviscerate, and Deathbloom Thallid. I think both Knight of Malice and Eviscerate has the edge against Deathbloom Thallid, and I think Knight of Malice is only going to be at its best in a aggressive black deck. Mostly you want to lean towards white-black with Knight of Malice to give the additional attack power. But regardless, I would play this in most, if not all, black decks, since a 2-mana 2/2 first striker is a nice defensive creature either way, and some people do play aggro in this format, and it's nice to have a good 2-drop that can hold off some low toughness creatures. But here I think the pick here is just Eviscerate. It does follow well with our Karn. It can help protect Karn. It can go into any other black deck, while Knight of Mouse wants to be mostly black-white. Definitely Thou can also go into any other black deck, but I think the removal spell is much more important. So I think Eviscerate is the correct choice here. Followed by the Eviscerate, we do see a Caligo Skin Witch. Alternatively, there's some other good commons here, Blink of an Eye and Sapperling Migration, if we want to take those routes. Mesa Unicorn is also a good white common. So if we want to just stick to our course, we can just take a Caligo Skin Witch. If we want to dip our toes in the blue, we can take a Blink of an Eye. If we want to kind of hedge towards a black-green Sapperlings plan, we can take a Sapperling Migration. Although, we did pass a Slimefoot, so that might just set someone up into the black-green Sapperlings deck, so I don't know if we want to take the Sapperling Migration here. I think I can just take the conservative pick and go for the Caligo Skin, which is just a really good 2-drop. It keeps us on color, and then on turn 6, when you kick this, you can make them discard 2 cards, which can be pretty scary if the opponent is emptying their hand. Squee, not super amazing. It can be fine in black-red, or a creature that you don't mind sacrificing, but other than that, I don't really like it. Okay, I guess we can maybe move into black-blue, since there's a Memorial to Genius, and everything else in this pack is not amazing. Cabal Paladin, I wouldn't mind if I was in a much more aggressive white-black historic deck, where I'm trying to trigger the historic theme. And usually white is the color that's trying to trigger the historic theme the most, and it's a nice way to ping the opponent for 2 per turn, but it only goes in a specific deck, and even then, it trades down most of the time, so I don't like the Cabal Paladin. I think the Memorial Genius is a good card. If we do end up in some sort of blue-black control deck, I wouldn't mind having a tapped land that can function as a spell in the late game to help me draw 2 cards. So let's take it here. Overall, that pack was probably the worst so far. Here we have a pretty interesting decision. There's Tetsuko, Umezawa, Fugitive, and Pegasus Courser. There's also a Soul Salvage, but I don't know if I can take them over the uncommon and the common here. Given that we picked up a Memorial, we could just take Tetsuko here. She's quite good. If we want to move into some sort of black-white aggressive deck, we could take Pegasus Courser. Other than that, the other black cards are fine, but not exciting. Tetsuko does want to be in a more aggressive deck, but it's a fine 2-drop that I don't mind playing since it has evasion. But either way, I don't know if it's going to be specifically good in black. I mean, I could just take a Soul Salvage here. Like, it's not a bad idea. It does keep myself in black for the most part. Tetsuko's fine, but she's not going to be as best in a control deck. So I think the Soul Salvage is correct. This pack is not amazing. Relic Runner is best in blue-white. Same with Tetsuko. I was about to state that Tetsuko would be best in blue-white. We could just take a Keldon Raider here in case we end up in some sort of black-red control deck as a fine 4-drop that can help us loot away some lands. This pack isn't exciting though, so let's take a Keldon Raider. Okay, I think the white is flowing because there is a Call to Cavalry being passed to me, and I could just take it here. Alternatively, Crozen Druid can be fine if I know for sure I'm going to be in some sort of black-green grindy Sapperlings deck, and I can kick the Sapperlings for life gain. But the call can be pretty nice if I do end up in the white-black historic aggro deck, and there's definitely a night theme going on if we pick up an Ariel. So let's take a call. And the Sergeant Arm is also being passed. Okay, there's also this Coldwater Snapper, which I wouldn't mind speculating on. Like, I don't really like Sergeant at Arms outside of white-green tokens deck. So I could just take a Coldwater Snapper. It's a nice curve topper if we do end up in blue-black control. Let's take it here. And could just take a random 2-drop like this Keldon Warcaller. Not a very good card though. I mean, none of these cards are very impressive at all. Let's just take a Bardic Wanderer. And again, there's nothing great. Could just take a random Rescue in case we are keeping blue as one of our primary colors. Could just take a Tolarian Scholar in case we have Wizards in our Synergy and we end up in some sort of blue-black control deck. Alright, first pack seemed alright. White seemed fairly open with the late Pegasus Courser being passed to us and the Call to Cavalry, but outside of white, it's not too amazing. Got some nice black cards, Eviscerate, Caligo Skin Witch, and Soul Salvage. But overall, I don't see a clear signal. There's a Tetsuko being passed to us, but again, I only like that in blue-white historic for the most part. since most of the time if you're playing black, you're not going to be hyper aggressive unless you're paired with white. Blue-black is not looking to be aggressive. It's not trying to leverage the 1 power, 1 toughness theme. So, I mean, Tetsuka was alright, but I think if I'm going to be in black, I'd rather just take a soul salvage here. But black also seemed a little bit dry. Overall, the pack didn't seem too exciting. So hopefully in the next pack we can kind of find a clear signal. What do we open? There's another Eviscerate. Goblin Barrage is a fine removal spell. Grunt is okay. Pegasus Courser, but it's probably just another Eviscerate here. Because good solid removal, not an amazing rare. We're not trying to leverage the artifact theme, although we do have a Karn. Just take another Eviscerate. Ooh, Seal Away is quite good. There's also Dread Shade, but he's a little bit hard to cast. Divination is also great. But I think Seal Away is a good removal spell. I don't mind if I end up in the white-black aggressive deck. I mean, although if you're going to be white-black, you're going to be aggressive, so most of the time the creatures will stay tapped. Untapped, I mean, but either way, it's still a fine way to, punish flyers or lock down the flyer, and it's a pretty good card. Alternatively, if I want to go very deep, I can take the Dread Shade, but again, he's pretty hard to cast. And unlike the Tempest Djinn, he doesn't have flying, so I'm not sure about it. There's also Divination, but I think Seal Away is just better. It's a huge sign that white is open since the Gideon's Reproach and Mesa Unicorn is being passed to us. So we could end up in white-black Historic Aggro. Now, as I say that, we have an option between Grunt, the Lonely King, and Sapling Migration. I guess if we do end up in black-green, I'd rather have my Saplings since that's the theme of the deck. Grunt is better if you have a lot more ramp. But the fact that he doesn't have Trample doesn't make him super amazing, so I think we just speculate on a Sapling Migration here. And we keep seeing the white cards. Okay, I do like Knight of Grace in white-black aggro. Not bad. There's also Quende, which is quite decent if we can leverage the First Strike theme, but I think the Knight of Grace is just better, and this is a huge sign that white is open, and we should just be drafting white-black Historic Aggro. So I don't know if I missed on a Pegasus Courser, maybe, but hopefully we can pick up one in the future packs. Let's just take the Knight of Grace. It's perfect in white-black, and an Arvad, okay. That's perfect. There's also Fungal Infection, but it's definitely worse than Arvad. I think we just transitioned to white-black Historic now, given that white is so open, and we managed to cut off enough black to force ourselves into black, and Arvad is a nice, excellent payoff. So he definitely gets better the more the more legendaries that you have. This pack kind of sucks. Don't think I'm playing Relic Runner. Don't think I'm playing the Wall. There's a chance we could main deck and Invoke the Divine. It's not an unplayable card by any means. Calico Skin Witch is not going to be at its best in white-black, but it's still a fine 2-drop. And I don't mind a Mesa Unicorn. There's also another late Tetsuko, but I think the blue has been pretty dry. Didn't see any Cloud Reader Sphinx. Didn't see any Blink of an Eyes. I think Mesa Unicorn fits this deck quite nicely if we're looking to be aggressive. But I could have a Pegasus Course over a Soul Salvage. Soul Salvage is still fine. It can help me recur cards in the late game, and we don't have to be super aggressive. We do have a Karn we want to protect, so we could be a little bit more, I don't know, controlling and aggressive at the same time. I think the term for that is, I guess, mid-rangey. I'm not sure. But I'd be happy to see a Pegasus Courser late, so I can fill this 3-drop department here. This deck definitely looks better than the first Orzhov aggro deck that we drafted for our channel. Now we got reward with an Arvad, double Eviscerate, Karn, Steal Away, Knight of Grace. So this deck is shaping up pretty nicely. Although it doesn't have enough playables yet, it's still fine. I think it's building itself. And it seems like the person to my left is contemplating, yeah, this pack sucks. I don't think I'm ever going to main deck 2 Invoke the Divines. Rat Colony is pretty bad. Could just take a random second Cold Wire Snapper in case we do transition in blue somehow. There's a late Opt, okay. I don't really like Drudge Sentinel, I think he's pretty bad. I wish he was a knight. If he was, I would consider it, but no way. I mean, I guess the secondary color is going to be blue for us. Another Mesa Unicorn over a Dark Bargain. I think we take the Mesa Unicorn if we're going to be white aggressive. Alternatively, the Dark Bargain can be an option if we end up more controlling in blue. But again, I didn't see any amazing blue cards. The other blue cards that we're taking are kind of filler in case we do transition into blue. And the Mesa Unicorn is pretty powerful if we're looking to be aggressive. Didn't see too many amazing red cards either. Um, so I think black-white is where we're supposed to be, I assume. Green also seems slightly open with the Saproling migration being passed to us, but still nothing exciting. Blue does seem open though with these ops. Guess I'll just take a second one in case we transition. There's a chance we can end up in white-blue or blue-black historic. So I'm not giving up on blue just yet. I'm just putting it on the sideboard, but overall blue is not very exciting. I'm really hoping we get paid off next pack, but if we're going to be white historic aggro, we do need some creatures, and we're really lacking, so gotta keep that in mind. There could just be another white drafter around the table, but seeing the late Mesa Unicorns is a huge signal. I guess I'll take my Dredge Sentinel now in case I don't have any 3-drops, but I hope I don't have to play it. It's a pretty bad card. What do we open? Well, Tatiova is quite great. Could just stick a Memorial to Folly, although we do have a Soul Salvage already. Man, yeah, this isn't great. I think pack 1 pick 1 would be Tatiova here. Could just stick a Memorial to Folly, but yeah, I could just stick Memorial to Folly. Knight of New Benalia also isn't bad, but I could use a nice upgrade over Lancelot. Although we do have Soul Salvage already, I don't mind a little bit more recursion. But pretty disappointing pack for us. That's a pretty powerful uncommon. Do I just take it over Deathbloom Thallid? I mean, I gotta have some creatures right on turn 3. So can we transition to blue-black? Or white-blue? I mean, I guess I could just take it since it's so powerful. I mean, I will miss out on Deathbloom Thallid, but I think it's worth considering here. Given that it's so great. I mean, am I really passing up on Bull's Clutches here? Do I stay disciplined or do I just take the bomb? I think I take the bomb. It's just too good. And I guess I'll take my Pegasus Courser now. I guess we could end up in blue-black. If the black isn't flowing, the other great card is Saproling Migration. Tetsuko again is okay, but I'd rather have a Pegasus Courser if I'm going to be white-black historic aggro. As I say that, we don't get much. I guess I don't mind a Windgrace Acolyte on 5. I guess there's also Fungal Infection, but we do have a decent amount of removal already. The Windgrace is nice with a Memorial to Folly and Soul Salvage, and it's also a decent top-end flyer that we don't mind having, and we currently don't have any flying creatures. Yeah, let's take it here. I guess we missed out on our Sapling, our 3-drop, the Deathbloom Thallid, since it would have filled out the 3-drop department quite nicely. But I mean, there's a chance we still end up in blue, but I just don't know what our secondary color is. Maybe white-blue or blue-black. But then I had to give up on all my black cards. That feels bad, but the Embolsis Clutches is too strong, I think. I can't really pass that up. Maybe I just got tempted. Okay, well, those are like blue cards as well. So can we transition to blue? I mean, our blue cards are not great. Double Cold War Snapper, more to Genius, Opt, Rescue. It seems really bad. Might just have to take the Dark Bargain here. So we missed out on the Deathbloom Thallid. I feel bad now. I mean, we could still be blue-black control, but we just don't have any 2-drops. We do have Ops, Tolarian Scholar, Double Cold War Snapper, Impulses, Clutches, Memorial to Genius. Like, it's totally possible if we want to transition out of white and go into blue-black control instead. But I don't think the deck is going to be really good, although we are past Arona. Alright, I guess this is drafting the hard way. But we don't really have any historic besides Karn to get back, or the Impulses Clutches. We also have no Blink of an Eyes. I think I have to take the Knight here. I'm sorry, but I can't really move into blue-black at this point. Although I get past the Tetsuko. Let's take a charge. And now there's another Windgrace, which I like over Knight of New Benalia. This deck have like 0 3-drops besides a Dredge Sentinel that we might have to begrudgingly play. In hindsight, I think we could have been better blue-black now that I think about it. I don't know, this deck is a mess. I think I have to take a Cabal Paladin now, just to have some random 4-drop. Maybe we have to play Partick Wanderer here, given our lack of playables. And I guess it can trigger Historic as well. Okay, so not the most exciting deck, but it can be okay. Do I main deck 2 Invoke the Divines? What does Tragic Poet get for us? An enchantment? I don't really care about the enchantment. Could main deck a Power Stone Shard. I don't know. That seems pretty bad. Yeah, Power Stone Shard seems pretty bad. I might main deck 2 Invoke the Divines. Yeah, in hindsight, maybe we should have been in some sort of blue-black control deck with Rona. But again, our blue wasn't amazing. There was like zero Cloud Reader Sphinxes being passed to us, zero Blink of an Eyes, zero Academy Journey Mages. So I think we just have to settle for this sort of weird deck, which I don't really like. But we could just try it regardless. Yeah, we don't even have enough playables. We have to run 17 lands for this mess. Mana base slightly favoring white, so maybe 9/8 seems okay. Yeah, this deck is a mess. It's a heaping pile of garbage, but I can try it out. It's no big deal. And the Invoke the Divines can actually be useful to destroy other artifacts or enchantments like Imbolus's Clutches. Let's try this. Let's just put Arvad as our picture, and let's roll with it. I don't know if someone was cutting me off a white in the final pack or black. People can be weird drafting sometimes, especially those multicolor drafters. They don't necessarily splash for the third color, but they try to go all in with 3 colors, and that does mess up the draft a bit. Not only their deck, but our deck as well. So sometimes you encounter those, and there's not much you can do about it. But hopefully the Soul Salvage and Memorial can be nice to help us stabilize with our pretty mediocre deck. I could also main deck a Power Stone Shard, but the only thing that's going to benefit from that, I think, are maybe the 5-drops, or maybe the Cabal Paladin that pings the opponent, but either way, it's not great. Well, we just have to roll the punches sometimes. Can't get the best deck, but we are drafting at a pretty high level, so I don't expect my drafts to go always 100% smooth and perfect. And this loading screen is taking 100 million years to load. I don't know what's going on anymore. It has to be Amonkhet remastered, because right now my screen is frozen and I can't see anything, and it's not responding apparently. I'll just wait. It takes this long to load. Jesus. I swear I'm running a high-speed internet. What's going on? Okay, well, we just need black. The Knight of Grace can be an okay 2-drop. Not an amazing opening hand, but keepable. We are running more black than white, I think, so eventually draw black and we should be fine. Opponent's also playing black, so that actually favors our Knight of Grace. There's a severe lag going on. It must be the new update, I'm assuming. Guess you can counter this, but I don't mind. I do need to develop my 2-drops. And we can eventually just plop down Karn, and maybe he can start drawing us some cards. So blue-black control could see Imbolus's Clutches, so the Invoke the Divine do actually get better. If we don't draw black mana next turn, I guess we'll just plop down Karn and start drawing cards. But the opponent might be smart and deny me the black mana that I need. Icy Manipulator, okay, fine. No black, I think we just plop down Karn, right? Yeah, let's just plop down Karn. And we just, I could mine this, but doesn't seem great. Just want to keep plussing just to draw cards. He's going to give me the planes, of course. So I never get my black source. But I guess I can minus Karn next turn and just get the black source. And then play out the Windgrace Acolyte. Zahid, I can eviscerate that. Definitely need to minus Karn and eviscerate that.
What was lost is now returned.
He probably has a Soul Salvage or Rona to recur it. So that probably won't be the last of Zahid. But I definitely need to answer it right away. There's Rona to get back Zahid, so we do need to save the Eviscerate for it. In the meantime, I think we just, I guess Invoke the Divine can take out the Icy Manipulator. So what can we do here? We could 4-drop into 2-drop. I think we begin by Blessing Karn.
You may regret that choice.
He's probably going to give me a land, which I don't care. The Drust Sentinel does absolutely nothing, so I'm happy I'm actually just filtering through the deck. Could Invoke, but I have no 3-drops, so I guess I'd rather just Mesa Unicorn into Dark Bargain end of turn. He can tap something down, but that's alright. Or I can just play out the Windgrace and mill myself, but actually, I don't mind the Mesa into Invoke to destroy the Icy Manipulator, because it can get pretty annoying. So I think we just do that. And then we just pass, and then we'll have him tap something down end of turn, and we'll just Invoke. He doesn't use it, that's quite interesting. I guess I could have killed it main phase, maybe to prevent him to ramp. I guess I could have done it main phase. Huge misplay there. But at least I can take out Zahid, at least, again. He can tap one of my creatures down. I don't mind trading for Rona if he decides to take out my knights. I shouldn't have given the time to untap with the Icy. But either way, I can eviscerate the Zahid once again, so I think I'm in decent shape. Actually, let's just plus first.
The choices we make reveal who we are.
Probably give me a Mesa Unicorn. I don't mind just attacking for 3 here. Eventually I can just play out my Windgrace Acolytes. Hope I don't mill my Soul Salvages though. I guess I could always just Dark Bargain first. I do need to pressure him. He can eventually just Rona and then just keep drawing cards with Rona, but I don't really care. At least the Zahid is gone. But overall, I think I'm out of removal other than one more Seal Away in the deck. I can get back the Particle Wanderer and minus with Karn, which also isn't a bad idea. But I think I don't mind just digging with the Dark Bargain, perhaps. Josuves, pretty powerful. Probably need to Seal Away for that, or I can just double block. Let's just Dark Bargain here. Orzhov is quite nice, and Soul Salvage. Yeah, we'll take both. So now I don't mind myself milling with the Windgrace Acolyte. Guess I don't mind minusing, getting back the Skeleton. It's not a great card, but I might need it to just do some blocks against Josuves here. And then we'll just pass, and then we can do our blocks, and then we can protect Karn as well. And then whatever we lose, we'll just get back with the Soul Salvage. Probably has a Soul Salvage in his deck anyways. I probably need to win with the Windgrace Acolyte. Opponent just passes, okay. I don't think I want to minus Karn. Let's just plus him.
How convenient. An excellent choice.
He's probably giving me the Sparring Construct. Invoke the Divine, okay. At least I can free an opponent. I mean, a free creature off of enchantment-based removal. I can always soul salvage back one of my flyers or one of my creatures in the graveyard, whatever I mill. Okay, I guess it's exiled, so I can't do much. We'll just play on Knight of Dominaria. So go. And I guess I could just minus Karn and start making artifacts too. I don't need to draw cards anymore. Could see a soul salvage here getting back Zahid, and therefore I probably need like a seal away to deal with him. Or Mirari's Conjecture. Just a Valdalian Arcanist. Okay, I think we're in decent shape. Do I just put out the Partick Wanderer? Or do I plus again? I mean, I don't mind just getting the Partick Wanderer back. And then just... Yeah, I don't mind just getting the Partick Wanderer. I don't know if it's worth it though, because I do have another Windgrace Acolyte in my deck. But, I mean, he can help me grow my artifacts as well, so it's not bad. And they can also trade off for Josuves, although I don't know if I want to trade Josuves, since he can just get back with Soul Salvage eventually. We'll see. I could have also kept the land to play around Skin Witch. Just a bunch of lands, so I'm glad I'm actually thinning on my deck and just playing out these lands. Do I attack with the Partick Wanderer? If I do, he's just going to get back with Soul Salvage, so I think I still stay back and just say go. And I guess I can just start making artifacts here, since they're going to get pretty large, I think. Or I can just find my other secondary flyer, the Windgrace Acolyte, but it's going to mill my deck, so I don't know if I want to play it. We're just drawing a bunch of lands. Let's just minus, make some artifact tokens.
Some solutions must be built.
And eventually I can make more, and then I can just kill the opponent that way. I'm actually hoping he attacks. I think he forgot that Arcane Flight was an enchantment, but if he has Counterspell lined up, I guess the attack is reasonable. I think these are the correct blocks, if I'm not mistaken. Does he have a trick here? He might have a trick. Blink of an eye, okay. Sure. Guess I don't mind a seal away. Or I can save the seal away. I guess I don't mind attacking with both of these, and then if he decides to kill one of them, we can just get back with soul salvage. Yeah, let's just kill it like this.
Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah, this deck is pretty grindy.
There is great power in things we make.
Yeah, Karn can just take over the game if you give him enough time. So I guess we aren't really that aggro in a sense. I should just rename the deck, I guess, Orzhov or something. It's definitely not an aggro deck. The more that I keep playing this, the more that I play. We also got to cast Invoke the Divine twice, so it's actually pretty reasonable main decking 2 copies, believe it or not. Although I'd prefer them to be in the sideboard. I guess it's Orzhov mess, so that makes sense. Let's keep this up. Well, I mean, it's not that great, but I do have a Mesa Unicorn and I'm on the play. And I don't expect to do much with this deck anyway, so I don't mind losing. You definitely could run into some trouble if we don't get our land drops. But it's a risk I'm willing to take. Well, a land will be good off the top, any land, I guess, now with the Pegasus Courser. Seems pretty decent. The question is, do I play around Gideon's Reproach? I think I will definitely play not attack if I don't get a land, but if I do get a land, I guess I don't mind attacking. Since then we can just drop the Drudge Sentinel, and that can kind of be our filler 3-drop that we don't mind giving flying with the Pegasus Courser. Well, no land. Do I go for it? I mean, I guess I do. What's the worst that can happen? I mean, he kills it, he plays a 3-drop, we never get a land, and we lose. I'll get in there. He probably has a Gideon's Reproach lined up. But he'll probably play around Adamant Will, maybe. I don't know. I mean, at this point, I'm just free-rolling the opponent, punishing him for having 0 2-drops, and it resolved. So, yeah, not bad, but we did miss a land drop, so that can just come back to hurt us at some point. But we are running 17 lands, so we're bound to get a land. Just hopefully not a tap one. Sergeants, okay, that's going to hold off the Mesa Unicorn. Okay, I mean, this is a mess, so I'm not going to complain. Can't do much when your deck is a complete mess. Even with 17 lands, you can't even draw one. The deck is so bad, it doesn't even want you drawing lands. That's how bad it is. I'm hoping I at least get like 3 or 4 wins with this deck. Overall, it's not very good. I'm actually fine with him attacking, but this also implies he has a blocker if he decides to attack. Okay, yep, that's not what we wanted, but I guess we'll take it. We're running 9 black sources, just FYI, guys. 9 black sources, we just had to get the tap memorial. So we're going to have some trouble here if we don't stabilize soon. This Pegasus Courser isn't going to do much, we're just going to take 3. Guess I could just play the Pegasus Courser in case he swings at us. We can connect in and gain 2 life. Well, Knight of Grace, I guess that's the reason not to play any black, because it is just going to grow. Guess I'll just take it here. Yeah, we'll play the Pegasus Courser. At least this can hold off to 2-2. But missing on land drops is definitely really devastating. Not gonna lie. Do I block one of the 2-2s if he attacks? It's gonna imply something like an Adamant Will. But I do prevent damage, so I could block the 2-3 here if he decides to go all out and attack. But I'm definitely not blocking the Aven Sentry. So he doesn't attack with a ground creature, so that does imply he doesn't have a combat trick. I'm wondering why it's taking so long for these attacks to happen. Is it the lag? It has to be the lag. It has to be the Amonkhet Remastered messing us up. Or he's just holding on to priority and he forgot to hit the bottom right here. I mean, if he's going to go AFK, then I'll give him a timeout and we can get the free win. But I guess he realizes it. The question is, do we attack back? If, I mean, the land is actually pretty good here, so we could just attack back here. Alternatively, I could eviscerate the 3-2, which could be alright, but he could have something more scarier. I do want to move into attacks. He probably has a removal spell line. We'll see. I do want to attack with these and maybe deploy the Ignite Call to Cavalry, just to gain some life and, you know, upset some of the life loss that we're taking. But there's probably something lined up here, because he's holding it, keep it above it. Nothing? Jesus. I guess I'll just call it Cavalry. I mean, the fact that he's 0 combat tricks and he has 0 removal is a huge sign, and this can help me stabilize a bit. I also wouldn't mind double blocking the Knight of Grace with these 2/2/2s, although that could just imply he has a combat trick that he's saving up, but I could just double block the Sergeant at Arms, or I can just take it and then swing back. Guess he just steals something, which I don't care. This block is alright. Karn is great, but not good enough. I'll just take out this Aven Sentry. And we're connecting with life every time, so I actually don't mind taking hits back. Could have also just attacked the Mesa Unicorn and kept the Pegasus Courser back to block. But I really don't mind taking 4, unless he has double Run Amok. But even then, I don't know if I can play around double Run Amok. I could also just use Karn to make an artifact creature as a random chump blocker. Could see it on Sarah's wings here because he's hovering over his creature. Frenzied Rage, okay. I can't block that because it has Menace. Guess I'll be taking 6. Unless he has Run Amok. Nope. But I guess I do need to deal with this eventually. Can Arvad deal with it? Not really. Could just play the Wind Grace to gain some life, just attack with the Mesa Unicorn, and then put up some sort of double block against the Knight of Grace. This is a 5-3 now, but it has first strike, so it's going to be pretty hard to deal with. Guess Guess I don't mind just attacking the Mesa Unicorn at 2-2. I could also just take 5 and then block the Sergeant at Arms. But he hasn't played any instances in sorceries yet, so I'm kind of actually concerned here. I don't know what's going on anymore. I do want to gain the life with the Mesa Unicorn. Seal away on the Unicorn makes sense. Okay, so we do maybe need to double block the Knight of Grace, or we could just take 5, it's not bad. I could just take 5 and then double block here. Don't really want double block the first striker. Yeah, let's risk it here. Let's just double block like this. If he has a single pump spell, I'm dead, like run amok, but I'm not playing around it, I don't think. Because the blocks here are just really bad, and I don't have any removal spells, so he probably has it here. Yeah, good games. What? Trample didn't go through. I guess we had enough life gain. That was weird. Guess I can always just play out Arvad here. And hopefully he attacks with the 2-3. He can first strike everything away. I could just kick the Skin Witch and double block, but I do need to block off the 2-3. Huh, this is interesting. Guess I can only play Arvad and hope he misplays here. And also attacks with the 2-3 so I can gain life. Don't know if I can bank on that. I'm hoping he doesn't know about first strike and how it works, so I can block with the Arvad, and then I guess I won't survive anyways because I do need to double block the Knight of Grace. Yep, that's unfortunate. I don't think I can win. I guess if we had invoked the Divine, we could have gotten rid of Frenzied Rage, and we might have had a fighting chance, but sometimes you just don't draw it, even with 2 copies. And the lag is definitely very annoying, not gonna lie. Let's keep going. So Invoke Divine definitely has a lot of merit in this deck for some reason. So I guess I can change my opinions and maybe main deck a copy from now on. Okay, I mean this is almost like the same opening hand we had last game, but at least we have 3 lands. We're on the draw. I think we can keep this. Although these cards won't be cast, but it's still fine. We don't even have that many legendaries to go over this Arvad, so I don't know. I mean, I think this draft we were supposed to be white-black, but then some of our colors got cut off. So white-green tokens, could see a Shana. Never mind, just a knight. If he attacks here, it's going to imply that he has a trick. Danitha is quite scary. Do I want to trade for Danitha, or do I want to eviscerate Danitha? That's a good question. Probably eviscerate Danitha, so then maybe I can play Arvad. I don't know. I mean, the trade isn't that bad, but I'll be taking 3. Guess Dauntless Bodyguard can give this indestructible, so that's even worse. That's annoying. Guess we can play out Arvad, so I could just eviscerate the Dauntless Bodyguard here. Hopefully he doesn't have what do you call the Adamant Will? Probably has Adamant Will. Okay, that's fine. We could just trade for Danitha, or I can stay, or I can just take it, and then I can play out Arvad, and he can block Danitha. I mean, getting rid of this is quite nice. History. I guess I do want to kill Danitha because she's going to get the pump from the history. Good attack here. Probably need to stay back because he can attack me back with the 3-1. But he's definitely going to get some Knights pumped the next turn. But I do have some decent. I do have a decent blocker, the Knight of Grace. But the call I don't think is going to be enough. Maybe if I get land the Departing Wanderer can be quite decent here. I think I just have to play out the call maybe, and then just hopefully make some good blocks here and not get run over. At least I can block with a 2-2 here. I can trade for Danitha or first strike away a 4-3. It's not all that bad. If he kills Arvad, this won't get the pump, so that's going to suck. I guess the block's going to be like this. I could also block Danitha and trade for first strikers, but I think this is more valuable. I'll be taking 11. That should be okay. And then I can also attack back with Arvad to gain life. And I also have a Party Wanderer back, so I could just attack with both of these. We should be okay. Unless he has a removal spell. If he has a removal spell, it's going to be a problem, so I think we just attack with Arvad here. Probably as a steal away. Or a trick. I guess I don't mind a block like this, yeah. I'd rather just kill the non-first striker first. And this is a nice 2-for-1 since it has Death Touch. And we can eventually just Dark Bargain and get back Arvad, so we're stabilizing quite nicely here. And we have enough good blockers to play defense. Even Cabal Paladin is quite decent, since now that I can pump Knight of Grace. Although I could Urza, but I think the Cabal gets with the extra 2 damage is quite nice. And also pumping the Knight of Grace is quite decent. Just want to get enough blockers against the opponent, I think. And if we get land, we can also Karn into Drudge Sentinel. So that's quite huge. I could just minus Karn, but I'd rather just plus, so it doesn't die.
I'll make use of that later.
I think he's gonna give me the Sparring Construct, yeah. And then all this stuff can just play defense, and Karn can just take over the game. Don't think a Mesa Unicorn is gonna cut it. He definitely needs to get rid of Karn ASAP. Guess this is only casting a historic spell. I'll happily take both of these.
I'm certain of your decision.
I can just play out the Skin Witch anyways, because I guess he doesn't want me to have the Skin Witch. Yeah, this is gonna get messy if he doesn't deal with Karn. Let's just pass here. I also have a charge on defense if he tries anything here.
Return.
I could also get the Skin Witch. He has 2 cards in his hand. Let's just get the Skin Witch. Seems quite fun. Wow, those are good. Those are good discards. He might try to attack the Sparring Construct to grow one of his creatures, which I don't care about. I'll happily block the Sparring Construct with the Mesa Unicorn, just to gain some life. I guess he's just going to get back his artifact. Opponent doesn't seem to have a very good deck, in my opinion. Let's just mines to get back her Soul Salvage before it's going to be gone. I only want to get back Arvad, so I don't know if I want to Soul Salvage just yet. Let's just pass a turn. I could also just send in all and use Charge. Seems a little bit too risky. I guess I don't mind just generating constructs now. Pegasus Courser, not bad. Guess we'll just play out the Pegasus Courser. We'll just keep generating artifacts here, and then I don't mind milling myself with Windgrace. I do have enough cards in my deck still. And if he kills my Pegasus, I can Soul Salvage again back. Yeah, I don't really want to mill myself even more to Windgrace here. I think I'm in good shape if I can just generate those artifact creatures and stay alive. Hopefully. Could see an Adamant Will here. In that case, do I mind just first striking this away? I guess I don't. I mean, let's say he has Titanic Growth. I guess I'd rather just put two of these in front of him. And if he has Adamant Will, that's fine. He can't kill my Bardic Wanderer, but I can. But if he has Titanic Growth, I can kill both of them. Adamant Will, okay, just gaining 5. Maybe killing off my Bardic Wanderer seems to make sense.
Allow me to introduce you to a friend of mine.
And I can just Soul Salvage Bardic Wanderer and Arvad. Okay, that's fine. The trigger's on a stack, so it's going to give it flying anyways, I think. I guess Charge can maybe deal with this Mana Spider or not. I could just go for an all-out attack and then just use Charge instead. But I do need to plan it. Invoke the Divine, not going to do much. Okay, then I guess we just play out the Bardic Wanderer. And then we make... I guess we have the Plus Karn here. Yeah, I don't really want to deck myself. I think I have the Plus here. Don't have a choice. Probably going to give me an Invoke the Divine. And then next turn we can go for an all-out attack. And then hopefully we can use a Charge to win. That's annoying. Yeah, I guess I have the minus here. I guess I'd rather just have my seal away. Yeah, let's get my seal away back.
Decisive action is needed.
And I might as well just attack with all. I can also give my Drush Sentinel unblockable. I do have a Memorial tap that can get back something, but I don't know if I can kill him fast enough. He's probably playing around charge anyways, but either way I think he's dead if he plays around charge. Yeah, he probably knows about my charge. Smart player. Well, he's dead anyways, so never mind. I mean, he played around it, but yeah, at this point it was a little bit too late. So yeah, GG's. I mean, I had to go for it regardless, because there's no way I was going to win that just by staying back, because I was going to deck myself with the Windgrace Acolytes anyways. So I had to just get in there as best as I can. Maybe it was better to make a artifact token with Karn. Because to steal away, he probably wasn't going to attack me and hope I deck myself anyways. So I don't really know about that matchup. It was definitely questionable. Alright, 2 drops, seems good. Calico Skin Witch we can kick on 6, but it seems fine. It's not an amazing hand, but we can maybe destroy a Saga like Song of Freyleys, or seal away an annoying creature that is constantly attacking us. Opponent also mulligans, so we should be okay. And we have at least 2 wins with this. I'll be happy with 4 wins. Not a very amazing deck, but I'll be happy with 4 wins regardless. Sapling Migration would be annoying here. Okay. It's like I always know what they're gonna play. I don't mind if it attacks me, I can swing back for 3. I don't really want to play out the Skin Witch, although it can block the Saplings. Unless they play like another creature here, I don't know if I even want to attack. Am I gonna invoke the Divine a Skittering Surveyor? Probably not. Maybe I can still take 2. I mean, if he's gonna be aggressive, then maybe I just play out the Skin Witch. I guess the Pegasus Courser can now block it. And we can start getting in for 4, he can swing back for 3. I don't know if it's worth it though. But it is a lot of damage if we want to be aggressive. The black could imply an Eviscerate. If he has Song of Freyleys, this invoke would be quite nice This can also deal with a splash on Sarah's wings. Ooh, that's a scary card. I guess I don't mind sealing that away. But my question is, do I get in for 4? Huh. I think I do, and then next turn I can play out the Caligo Skin Witch to block. Seems okay. It's a little bit risky, but I think it's fine. We can always seal away this, and then he could respond by using an Ancient Animus. Seal away can deal with, well, that's a scary card. Okay. I do need to seal away the Bailoff Gorger, though, so I guess I'll be taking a ton of damage here. I could also invoke the Skittering Surveyor just to gain life. I don't know if it's worth it, though. Probably not. Could have a Vicious Offering to sack in response. Kill off the Pegasus Courser, yeah. Yeah, I guess that just resolves. So I might just have to trade for my Knight of Dominaria now, or just attack back with it. We'll see. Might be too ambitious to attack with the Knight, because I do need it to trade maybe for a Sapperling token. That's okay, he probably has something better. But no artifacts, so this invoke seems kind of dead. I could also just sack this to bring back the Pegasus Courser, but he's probably going to outrace me at this point. Spore Crown Thal definitely an annoying card. I can eviscerate it though. Maybe that's alright. I guess I'll destroy that with the invoke now. Yeah, I'll block here. No reason not to. Do need to prevent damage from accumulating. Guess I can just play out land to play around his Skin Witch, but he doesn't have land 6 yet, so I think I'm fine passing. He's probably gonna use this end of turn, which I'm gonna respond with an invoke. He's not going to see it coming. And now this 3/2 is a good blocker. And maybe I can revive my Pegasus Courser to start getting in for damage. Although that is a Bailoff Gorger. Okay. Doesn't seem very fun to play against. I could also just bring back the Knight of New Benalia and block it. Maybe that's actually worth it, so I don't die. Because he can just attack past this this Bailoff Gorger, and I don't really want that, so I think I just do it here. And I'm fine just playing out land. And I can double block this Bailoff Gorger with the 1/3 and the 3/1 and 2/4/1 myself. Well, there's Arvad. Luckily he's staying back. Ooh, I have Charge. Charge is pretty good. Let's just say go. Since Charge can first strike away one of his creatures that he grows. Okay. That's gonna be a 4/4. Oh, with Arvad, yeah, that's gonna be quite scary. Might have to deal with this somehow. I do need an Eviscerate, maybe. Yeah, the Quende is gonna be a problem, so I probably need to use Charge to first strike and take out Quende. I guess a Sparring Construct could be pretty decent, since I can maybe chump block with it, and then trade for Quende. Eventually, I don't know. Yeah, I could just chump block it and put it on the Knight, and then if I top deck an Eviscerate, we can get rid of Arvad. So there's 4 targets actually. These are all 4 targets that I need to deal with. So we're definitely not in great shape here. We have 0 bombs here. Elfhame Druid, good card, but I can deal with it. Definitely gonna chump the Quende, but no attacks. No attacks, pretty interesting. Let's just keep land in hand in case he opens up a Skin Witch and tries to kick it. Wondering why he's not attacking with Quende. That's kind of weird. I think he's playing around Gideon's Reproach, which I might have. So that's pretty smart of him. So he's probably waiting for some sort of pump trick. But he could have gotten in a lot of damage by now, but he's giving me a lot of time. So I actually don't mind that. Ooh, that's a scary card. So I do maybe just have a charge to maybe like do some good blocks here. Just gonna keep 2 lands in hand in case something happens. Well, hope this Knight of Grace survives, otherwise this Quende is just gonna get out of hand. If he tries to use a fight spell, this is gonna become a 5/5. So I could use charge, but what will happen? It's still not gonna work. I guess. I mean, he's gonna gain a counter with this. Yeah, this sucks. Okay, I guess we're just dead here then. Yeah, even if I try to use charge, the counter won't resolve, so we're definitely in bad shape here. I guess we have another Arvad that we don't mind playing. But I don't know if I can deal with this Quende, it's just gonna get out of hand. BC's just gonna first strike everything. So let's say I block with everything. I think I need to block with everything and use charge, otherwise we're just dead. Or I can chump with the Skin Witch. But it doesn't seem great, so he can first strike away 2 of these. Yeah, I think I have to do it. It's not great, but so be it. Bring your worst. I hope he orders incorrectly here, so then that discharge will punish him. But this is really not great. Yeah, it's a pretty ugly block, but it's one I had to make just to stay alive. And I guess now I can soul salvage back the Courser and Arvad. Seems pretty decent. Or I can bring back the Knight of Grace. Because I do need a good ground blocker here. Yeah, let's bring back the Knight of Grace. And we can keep 2 lands in hand to play around Skin Witch. Maybe Karn can help us win. Guess I'll take 9. Not a big deal, I can just kill his Scaring Surveyor to gain life, if need be. Well, that's a card I'm not beating. Luckily I have an Eviscerate for that. Might have to just double block this Untamed Kavu. Well, that sucks. Well, I guess we have to trade Arvads now. It's not looking good. I mean, if he's gonna attack all out, then I'd rather have him attack all out then. do need my wind graces to help me stabilize. Because I do have some life linkers, so you probably don't... I don't know if you can get in any clean attacks here. I could double block the Baloth Gorger of Mesa and Arvad, and then guess I don't mind falling to 5, taking 5 from this Untamed Kavu. So I'll be back down to 3. Eviscerate would be pretty nice here, so I can deal with this Kavu. I guess if he's going to attack like that, I guess we just block with the Arvad, right? Since I don't really want to double block into this. Hey, Dark Bargain. Well, I do have 2 life, so yeah, I think I should be fine using Dark Bargain here. Well, we just got a bunch of lands, not great. At least we can thin our deck a bit. I might go for an all-out attack here. But I do have enough to survive, perhaps, because I can still double block the Baloth Gorger. Heal the 2/2, never mind. That is a Black Blade Reforged, and I don't have... I use both my Invoke the Divines, I think. Yeah, we're not going to win with this. The Acolyte can maybe help me gain some life, but I don't think I'm beating this. There goes Karn, there goes my secondary flyer. Yep, we're not winning this. GG's. At least I can get to 3 wins with this. I should be fine. Actually, 3 wins is not even that great. So this deck is just a pile of garbage. Well, now they're giving us gold rank players since this deck is so bad. I'll be surprised if this even gets to 4 wins, but this is a good keep. I'll leave the Knight since it beats down harder. And I'd rather have this die than the Knight of Grace, but he's also playing blue. I guess the Knight of Grace is a good follow-up. The Drudge Sentinel is a good follow-up to the Knight of Grace, so I'd rather just play the Knight of Grace, I think. Could see a Vicious Offering here. Resolved quite nicely. Drudge Sentinel is a terrible card, don't ever play it. Next turn we can trade the Knight for put a Caligo Skin Witch, and then a Drudge Sentinel might get a clean attack in, depending on what he has for blockers. Another Skin Witch, okay. We do have a charge. Charge is quite good. I'd rather just attack with the Knight and the Knight of Grace here. And if he tries any shenanigans, then we have the charge as backup. I could save the charge for later, but I don't mind a trade here. Okay, seems fine. And he can also syncopate for 1 here, but I think I'm playing out the Wind Grace since all my other creatures resolved quite nice. Those are okay mills. At least I didn't mill my own Soul Savage, so I think I'm fine with that, and this is a decent flyer to have. Kami Drake, pretty annoying. Just attack with all, and then we can use charge and also keep up the indestructible with the Drudge Sentinel. This is a huge blowout, so I like having a charge in these aggressive decks, because you never know when the one toughness will matter. And now he needs to constantly keep up blockers or have lots of removal lined up to deal with this. But this is essentially lethal, unless he can play a blocker here. Okay, that's not going to do it. Yeah, that's definitely not going to do it. Alright, just need 1 more win, and then we can win back the majority of our gems and start a new draft, instead of drafting this terrible nonsense. Oh well, this hand sucks, but there's a Drudge Sentinel, I think it's fine. Actually, it's a fine hand, it's just not very amazing, but I'll keep it. We do have a turn 3 lined up, and then maybe we eviscerate something annoying, and then Arvad can maybe start getting in there, I don't know. But yeah, 1,000 wins, 1,000 gems might not be enough, but it's a 2-drop at least I'm willing to take. Wish we were on the play. Could see a counterspell. Probably a counterspell here. This is enough reasonable target to counterspell. Just resolves, okay. Probably no counterspell. Maybe he's debating, okay. There's a Merfolk Trickster. Sure. I guess I just want to play out my Pegasus Courser if that's the case. Could just have another Merfolk Trickster. Guess we move the tax. I think I have to play around the counterspell here. Or just play this crappy Drudge Sentinel. Because it does imply some sort of Wizard's Retort or something, which I don't care. I'd rather have this good Exile. This is a pretty bad card. Then the Pegasus Courser, which can start leveraging the 2/2 to start getting in. Too many counterspells. Let's move to combat here. Blink, that's fine. Guess I can resolve both my 2-drops, or I can Pegasus Courser into Sparring Construct, but I'd rather just have my 2-drops here. It's mana efficient, and this Knight can hit pretty hard, so this would kind of disincentivize an attack. Alternatively, the Pegasus Courser and Sparring Construct would have been fine too, since this has flying, but maybe it was fine, better to resolve the Pegasus while he's tapped. Could trade a Mesa Unicorn, could just take 2. I don't mind taking 4. The Mesa Unicorn can trade for the 3/2. We're gonna play out Arvad, but I don't mind this. Can block nicely. The Arvad to maybe hold off the 2/2s. Guess I don't mind sending this. Because I do want to trade for this 3/2 if I can. And that's a nice trade I'm willing to make. Could see a run amok here. If that's the case, so I just block with the Knight. Pretty aggressive attack. Could just take 2 here. Run amok is pretty annoying. I mean, he gets to free roll me for 2, so I don't know if it's worth it or not. Hopefully there's no counterspell here. If there is, I guess I'm blocking the Merfolk Trickster. But this isn't bad. Guess now I can block the Merfolk Trickster because I don't think he has Run Amok. And even if he does, I'll make him use it. And I don't want to take 2 forever. Journey Mage is annoying. Sorcerer's one, so you can just keep tapping and pinging me. Makes sense. I don't mind actually chumping with the Sparring Construct, so then I can grow the Arvad and then hit in for 4 life gain, so then he's gonna have a harder time pinging me to death. We can also Soul Savage back the Mesa Unicorn for more life gain. Or we can play out Karn. Maybe I don't mind just getting back to Mesa Unicorn. And I think the Knight is fine too. Opponent shouldn't be playing out lands. He should definitely represent a sort of a spell or something. Because with him playing out lands, I'm definitely not going to play around anything, and I'm just free to attack. So it's always important to kind of bluff and have some stuff in your hand to bluff some attacks. With the lifelink, that's helping me stabilize, so I think I'm good. Yeah, he should definitely keep cards in hand. I highly recommend against. I highly recommend. Yeah. All right, we got 4 wins at least, so this deck is not too much of a disaster. I'll be damned if this actually gets to 5 or even 6 wins. This is a very bad draft. So I might fire off another Dominaria before this is over, because I don't think this deserves to be a final Dominaria draft. Okay, 2 drops, Seal Away, Find Removal Spell. Against a Mythic rank opponent, so not going to be easy. He's a higher ranking than me, so definitely not going to be easy. Okay. Do I mind trading a Knight for this? It's a pretty annoying card. I guess I don't mind trading. Although I could just leave this back, and then this can be a better blocker against something else. But this can also get pretty annoying if you can just drop lands with this constantly and ramp. So this could actually disincentivize him from ramping, but if he's gonna ramp anyways, he probably has another good blocker for this Knight of Dominaria, so I'm not sure if it's even worth playing the Knight, to be honest. He's probably gonna block and activate, which would make sense, but you know, this is not that bad of a trade. It does get rid of this 1/3, and 2 drops are trading here, so you could ramp out a Baloth Gorger, but then we have Seal Away for maybe like the turn after we play the Mesa Unicorn. But as you can tell, one toughness creatures are bad in this set because of cards like Saproling Migration and cards like Land War Scout. But still 2 drops trading, so I don't actually hate it. I mean, he has all the Fixing the World now, so I could just stay back with this 3/1. Like, he probably has another blocker set up for my Mesa Unicorn already, so I don't think there's a reason to be attacking with the Knight. I'd rather have it block off a big creature at the end of the day, so let's just pass. Could see a Tatiova. Tatiova would be quite annoying. Fungal infection, okay. He had one anyways, so didn't really matter if we attacked or not. I guess he could have, yeah, I mean, he was gonna grow from the ashes for it anyways. Seal Away makes this is a nice target for Seal Away. Guess I don't mind keeping up Dark Bargain and Seal Away. If he does try to crew the Weatherlight, I'm definitely gonna exile it, because it's pretty scary. And then I can just play Windgrace Acolyte on turn 5. Or I could just find, what's the card? Invoke the Divine for this. Like, I could just Dark Bargain into Invoke the Divine. Whisper, okay. Whisper can bring any creature back. I'm actually hoping he just crews a Weatherlight. But he just moved attacks before he did, so he might have misplayed there, but maybe I can find an Invoke the Divine to deal with this Weatherlight. But we didn't, but these 2 cards are decent. I don't really want him drawing cards, so I think I'm just going to play the Knight here and pass. And then maybe if he's keeping up cards still, next turn we can kick the Skin Witch to make him discard, but he's probably going to play everything out at this point. I guess he could also just sack his own Weatherlight. Don't really care about that card. Yeah, I'm actually hoping that he attacks. And hopefully there's no Syncopate here for 1, because that would suck. Probably his Whisper to sack it. Hoping it's no Syncopate, but I guess he has nothing to sack anyways. So this is pretty decent here. And I'd rather just play out the Windgrace, I think, over the Skin Witch. Although the Skin Witch is quite decent. I mean, I can get the last card out of his hand, but he had it anyways. Okay, never mind. Guess we just play the Windgrace and start beating down, since the Partick Wanderer is going to be a little bit too slow, I think. And then this 3/2 is a really good blocker up with First Strike. Ooh, we have to mill the Soul Salvage and the Eviscerate. I guess that's the risk for having Windgrace sometimes. You just mill some of your key cards, but maybe Karn can help save us. land anyways. I mean, I might as well play out the Skin Witch. And he doesn't have double black for his own Skin Witch, so I think I'm fine playing out land. We can swing for 3 in the air and start clocking him slowly. And if he does kill the Acolyte, we also have Memorial to get back, so I don't mind. Invoke the Divine would be so amazing against this Weatherlight. Let's just move the tax. Definitely not attacking the Parting Wanderer, just keep it back on defense, because he can do all sorts of weird blocks. Deep Freeze, I guess I can invoke the Deep Freeze. Ooh, Karn. I guess we can play Karn first.
I am Khan.
Ooh, I guess I can get an Eviscerate and a Windgrace. Okay, I guess I'll just keep the land in hand to play around this card. I do want to Mines to get back my Eviscerate in case something happens. In case he kills Karn, that is, so I think I'm gonna do it next turn. Yeah, I think we got him. Okay, yeah, surprisingly enough, this got up to 5 wins, so maybe this is worthy of an upload. So this is an example of a very bad draft, that somehow managed to, get pretty far. But if we get to 7 wins, I'm gonna be damned with this deck. It doesn't deserve 7 in my opinion. It maybe deserves 5, but not 7. Maybe only deserves 4. This is a very bad deck. Okay, if this gets up to 6 wins, I'm gonna upload. And Invoke the Divine doing a lot of work in this deck as well. Just killing off those nasty enchantments and artifacts. Okay, I mean, this isn't great, but we're on a draw. We do have a Pegasus Courser. A single black can be decent. I'll try it. Hey, a single black, that's not bad. Don't mind it. I mean, at least we drew it first, so we can play tapped at least. Okay, next turn we might leave with our Sentinel or Pegasus Courser. Maybe Sentinel, because we might want to play around Counterspell, which is always a thing. And this deals a little bit more damage, I guess. I'd rather have the Drudge Sentinel get countered than the Courser. Due to mana efficiency, I'll just play out the Courser. I can't keep it safe forever. That's a good Eviscerate target. That's a card I'm happy enough to Eviscerate and get rid of ASAP. He could be splashing for Soul Salvage or another Eviscerate, keeping one on top, so not good for me. Alternatively, I could just develop my board. I could just develop my board, but then I do need to eventually play this Eviscerate, so I think I just go for it now. Hopefully this doesn't come back to bite us. And he doesn't have any more scary creatures for me to eviscerate. Because, like, Zahid would be pretty nasty here. Not going to lie. Next turn we can play out maybe Arvad or Windgrace Acolyte and maybe set up Soul Salvage. Maybe I don't mind playing Arvad here since it can maybe trade for the 3-4. These Cloud Reader Sphinxes are really annoying. They're really good cards. I mean, at common they're already good ground blockers and they improve your draw step. Well, another land and we can Skin Witch, but I think this time we just play out Arvad. And Arvad can maybe trade and we can eventually Soul Salvage it back. The problem is he has a lot of cards in hand, so I don't know if I even want to Skin Witch him yet. Because I do want to play out his worst cards, and then if he's sandbagging all of his best cards, we can kick the Skin Witch and get rid of it. Because, I mean, this is still a lot of cards. I do want to just play out all of his junk first, so to speak. And then we can kick the Skin Witch. I'm happy with a trade here. The question is, do we Soul Salvage? I guess he could have, no. This is a good trade. I can eventually just get back Arvad, but I think we Windgrace first here. The question is, do we play out land? Well, so we have nothing to get back with the Arvad. Do I mind a trade with the Mesa Unicorn? Not really. I guess he's only splashing for black, so I'm fine playing out the land. I highly doubt he has his own splash Skin Witch. That's a little bit odd in a heavy, and with all these blue cards and all these white cards. So he's mostly blue-white historic flyers with a touch of black. Here, I think I don't mind just putting my Drudge Sentinel in front of this 2-2. I know it can gain Indestructible, but it's a pretty bad card. It's a pretty bad card regardless, so let's just block like this. Trade. I don't mind throwing in the yard, it's really bad. I wish this didn't get back Planeswalkers, but this isn't War to Spark. Well, that's a pretty scary card. Invoke is not going to do much. I could just get back Arvad. I mean, I could just sack and get back Arvad, but I do need to land, so I think I just get back Arvad and the Sentinel. It's not a very good play for my turn, but it's okay. And then maybe we can decide whether or not we want to keep the Skin Witch, depending on how many cards he decides he wants to unload. And the fact that we didn't play Skin Witch yet could make him just want to play out more cards. So I'm definitely going to Skin Witch him if he has 3 more cards in hand, but if he has 2 more, I mean, if he has 4 more, I don't know if I want to kick it yet. I'm hoping he just plays a Deep Freeze. I guess he has his own Soul Salvage he's splashing for. Alright, splash Soul Salvage, makes sense. Yeah, these Cloud Reader Sphinxes are gross. And he can also attack with the 4-4 now. I guess I can also just offer a double block. And that can be a reasonable trade. And then we can always just get back the Windgrace Acolyte if we want to. The double block is pretty good against the Academy Drake, so I'm actually hoping he attacks here. I'm actually hoping he attacks. No attacks, okay. Guess we'll just play out Arvad, or we can play double Mesa Unicorn, but the Arvad can at least trade and start getting in, and then we can always get back with the Memorial. So I hope he just plays this Cloud Reader and then 2-drop, or yeah, he's probably just gonna dump his hand, which again I don't mind. I just hope he just doesn't have so much recursion that there's no way to get across against him. The freeze I actually don't mind since I can always just invoke it, but if he plays out the Cloud Reader here, I'm happy to just kick the Cloud Reader's Sphinx. Do I double block? That's another good question. Huh. I mean, this is a pretty good block trade for me. But if he has a single trick, then I'm in trouble. But either way, I'm not going to attack past his Cloud Reader Sphinx anytime soon, so I think I'd go for it. This could punish me, but yeah, he has something. I was hoping this didn't happen. Yeah, that's gross. But maybe he plays a 3-drop, never mind. I just kick the Skin Witch. Nah. Well, he's probably going to win the game with Flyers now, so... How do we win this? I guess we do need to kill the Academy Drake. Maybe we can keep getting back our Arvod. And then just keep casting Arvod, but he's probably going to trade for our Arvod. We do have a lot of life gain going here. Is there any way around this? Don't know if I have any more Flyers. I do have one more Windgrace Acolyte in the deck. But in terms of recursion, we don't have much. Don't know what the opponent top deck. I did kick a Skin Witch and got rid of Bard and Arcane Flight. Probably has some sort of blink effect. Like Blink of an Eye to blink the Deep Freeze. That would be pretty annoying. Okay, I guess he's gonna blink Arvod. I actually don't mind him blinking Arvod. Because I guess he doesn't want me to gain the life. That's fine. I mean, I'm gonna get beaten down, but hopefully these Mesa Unicorns can attack back and stabilize. Or I pick up an Eviscerate to get rid of the Academy Drake. It's a 2-turn clock anyway, so I do need a removal spell off the top. Kando can get rid of Arvod. Yeah, this is not a game I'm winning. Only it's on top deck mode, just top deck both Blink of an Eye and Blood Talent Kando. Okay, at least we got up to 5 wins. I'm not going to complain. And we can always get back Arvod next turn. The more to glory. You can attack him for 6, we can gain 2. If we pick up an Eviscerate, we'll be good. And then maybe hopefully Arvod can help us stabilize. Or I can just get back my Windgrace and mill myself and gain more life. Sure. Guess I'm forced to attack with and get back Arvod. Or I can Windgrace myself. I don't have any more recursion left. Yeah, I don't have any more soul salvages left, so this Windgrace is going to be pretty brutal if I play it. So I think we have to get back Arvod, I hate to say it. Attack with the Mesa Unicorn, or hope I top deck Eviscerate. Yeah, let's just attack with the Mesa Unicorn. I guess I might as well attack with all. If I'm attacking with the Mesa Unicorn and forcing a block. Ooh, I guess I have another Invoke to Divine now. So I'm actually happy if he attacks with the Cloud Reader here. With both, I mean, but he's not. Okay. Happy the main deck both. If I get an Eviscerate, I'm gonna be quite happy too. Since I can also just kill the Cloud Reader Sphinx, get rid of Deep Freeze, and then gain a bunch of life and actually stabilize. I actually don't mind this attack. I'm hoping that he doesn't top deck anything anymore because he's been top decking a lot of insane stuff. So far, I'm hoping he just bricks for once. So I don't actually mind this attack here. And then we can gain back a ton of life and smack him for a lot. And then put him down to low life total. Okay, let's do it. I don't think that's the card he wanted to see. And now he needs to stay back on defense. Ha! Take that, opponent, with your Flyers and Deep Freezes and your top deck Blink of an Eyes and Blood Talent Candles. Get out of here. You should not be top decking so well at this point in the game. So he probably needs some blockers here, otherwise if I just attack back, he's screwed. But the double Invoke the Divine definitely doing a lot of work. Let's just attack with all. Wow, we stole this one? Oh boy, Jesus. Yeah, this should not be a 7-win or 6-win deck that we got there. So never give up, folks. Never give up. Okay, I'm gonna make a part 2 video. Stay tuned. It's gonna be for the final boss of this draft. Because I am running out of time. But overall, this should not be a 6-win deck. It's a pretty bad deck. In fact, I'm gonna make a part 2 video. Stay tuned.